Black and Paper presents Chat Cinema, podcast number 3. I'm here with Steve and Sophia, and they have some very interesting comments and takes on the Golden Globes and the coming award seasons. Let's get started.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
So you started really hard. Okay, what do we think about the Golden Globes? Oh my God. That was very predictable.
But they tried to be unpredictable and inclusive
Exactly.
and diversity and I'm singing in the rain. Just
Exactly.
optimistic.
Exactly. Well, the Golden, let's say, set the record straight about the Golden Globes. The Golden Globes, there are awards that made from the people who are watching films, but not from people that they are making films. Then that's the big difference with the Academy Awards. In the Academy, there are people who are making films, and the Golden Globes are people who are watching films, and PR agents and journalists and press and this and that and the other. So I think that the first thing, and basically what I have to say, is that I didn't like the awards. They were predictable, and they wanted to be unpredictable, as you say, but I don't see an artistic consequence. That's what I have to say. I will elaborate.
Oh, okay.
And Steven?
Yeah, it's we're just looking at the nominations to start with. It was it didn't exactly whet the appetite just for what was in the nominations, and then at least in every nomination there was one sort of slightly or comparatively offbeat film. You think, well, it would be great if that could win it, and surprise us and be that little bit sort of radical for at least for Golden Globes. But then when it actually came to the winners themselves,
They tried somehow to satisfy everybody.
Yeah.
And of course, they shared everything between the studios also. That's also
Okay,
something
Hollywood's a
that-
business town.
Of course, it's a business town. But also, I do agree with Steve, but the thing is, when we say we're not consistency, let's take, for example, Rami Malek. He was awarded as a best male actor in the category of drama, whereas the man, in half of the film, in the Bohemian Rhapsody, he sings, so he should be in the musical or comedy. So in the same case, for example, Marion Cotillard, like many years ago, she was doing exactly a musical biography, but she was in the category of musical or comedy. So it means there's no consequence. I don't know where it's based that Rami Malek should be in the drama, and I don't understand why they should be in the drama or why should they be in the comedy musical. So I think that it's a mistake. It has no artistic value, that kind of an award, I think.
Well, the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, they control the Golden Globes, and there have always been questions about how they nominate, who they nominate. Actually, the whole process is a bit foggy.
Exactly.
I mean, Pia Zadora won. What does that tell us?
Yeah. She had a very rich husband.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Okay, I'm not saying anything more because we have to be politically correct in the Me Too era, but I'll just say this. Pia Zadora wasn't exactly dripping with talent. How's that, huh? So,
but it's true. I mean, why is this? They distinguish. They're making two categories where one category gets in the field into the other category, and vice versa. And I see that what are the criteria? This is what I don't understand.
That's always been the problem with the Golden Globes. No one really.
So
seems
it's
to
a
understand.
huge party,
Yeah,
and for gowns, actually it is. That's what it is.
No one really. I don't know if people really take it seriously or not. I mean, it is kind of a gauge.
But everybody goes.
Yeah, everybody
of course.
goes. But
And then also, I mean, they even try to elevate it to the level of saying that it's the pre-Oscars, and this is going. You get a good indicator of what's going to happen in the Oscars from the Golden Globes, but I think that's a little bit putting it on a level which, with all due respect, I don't think it's reached. And of course, the Oscars themselves, the Academy Awards themselves, is dubious,
75% men white vote for the Oscars.
Yes.
Just remember that. That's why Lawrence of Arabia won. There wasn't a single woman. Well, only thing in that damn movie was a white man running around Arabia and some camels. I'm sorry. Next.
Yeah. But well, of course, the Golden Globes and all the awards. I mean, in organizations and unions and whatever, they give us an idea of what the Academy Awards are going to be. But it's not exactly the same. The Academy Awards, they have a different concept, and they are from professionals that they are making the movies. So if we take the categories, I was very happy with Glenn Close. Really happy. Everybody expected, and she wore that
horrible
blue.
tunic.
It was. But I wanted to say about Lady Gaga, she was wearing this long blue dress and she was ready to get this
that dress was
gold.
horrible, by the way.
Well, for her, it was
it's better than the meat dress.
think.
But I think she expected to win, and she didn't.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's what I wanted to say. She expected to win, so she only got the best song for Shallow, which of course, it's a beautiful song, and she's a musician, and we expected that. But she also wanted the other one for the performance, but she didn't.
I don't really take Lady Gaga seriously as an actress for some reason, but everyone says the movie's good, so I guess I have to see it. But I'm like,
but it was overall, it was a snub at the Globes. It was a snub.
Her?
Overall, Bradley Cooper. I mean, they had so many nominations. They didn't
won.
They only won the song. That's what was expected.
Sorry, Lady Gaga. But hey, seriously, lady, this was Glenn Close's year. She's been nominated. This was a seventh. This will be a seventh Oscar nomination if she gets it, 7th or 8th. But how many Golden Globes has she been nominated for? And this is the year of, I'm a woman, hear me roar, So.
But I think that in her speech, I heard that her speech, she started very slowly and humbly and whatever, and then she sort of exploded. And I think it was the hidden complaint that she has never been recognized. And even the Golden Globes, she has won Golden Globes, but not for performance in a film. Exactly. All the awards, another 2 Golden Globes that she has won was for TV performances.
Oh, you kidding? I thought she won one.
Yes,
I didn't know that.
no, it was her first for
Glenn
feature
Close?
film. Yeah, for feature film. Yeah.
That's a shocking. I didn't know that. Okay.
I shocked you.
I'm shocked.
And it also increases the sort of the thoughts, the ideas that maybe it's just certain people who like the nepotism and who's married to who and who gets on with who. And I'm sure Glenn Close has been an outspoken, independent voice for many years.
Absolutely.
And
You're right. But we love her, don't we?
Yes.
I like Glenn Close. I've always been a fan.
Me too.
Quite shocked. I didn't know this was her first film win.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
Congratulations, Glenn. Hated the dress. You're horrible. I would fire your stylist. I'm sorry.
be careful, Glenn. At the Academy Awards, you have to wear something nice because
I'll be
Greg
watching.
is watching.
Next category.
Um,
Did we agree with best? Who won best director?
Best director was for Alfonso Cuarón.
Okay.
Roma. We love him. Mexican, great guy. I don't know. He
Roma.
swept
Yep.
the foreign language film and direction, which is a little bit contradictory somehow. But
it's always a matter of convenience.
It's exactly. And then we have Rami Malek.
I don't get his acting style. I honestly don't. Those eyes or something. I mean, I've watched that TV show, but it's just I don't know.
I hated the show. I didn't like it.
My boyfriend didn't like it either. But okay, let's move forward. But and like I said, Bohemian Rhapsody, considering Freddie Mercury led such a decadent life, they really glossed over a lot. They kind of Disney-fied his life.
Definitely.
I mean, there's stories about Freddie and his boyfriend in certain London locations that, well, let's just say. There's one where the boyfriend got a little over-enthusiastic and had to go to the hospital, I heard.
Exactly.
Next.
Yeah. So then we have the category of musical female performance, lead actress in musical or comedy, Olivia Colman for The Favorite.
The Favorite, right?
I have to say was the only award for The Favorite, which up until now is my favorite. Not to mention that I'm Greek, but okay, it's my favorite.
No favoritism there.
But she's really amazing. She's so good. She's so good.
They had the
Olivia
press screening
Colman.
for that, but I didn't see it, sadly. Okay.
I couldn't make that one either.
I couldn't
No,
make it,
that was
yeah.
like one opportunity and couldn't make
Right.
it that day. And just was hoping there'd be another one, but it was quite late anyway.
Right.
So, but yeah, it would have been nice.
Well, Regina King got
Yeah.
it
Yes.
for Beale Street.
Yeah, and that was great because up until now the supporting roles they are they favor basically Rachel Weisz for The Favorite, and this time it was Rachel Weisz and it was also Emma Stone, both of them for supporting role exactly for The Favorite, but it went to Regina King. I was very happy, I have to say.
No,
But
I think
she's great. We said it, we're fans.
Yeah,
And
I've always been a fan
really
of hers.
nice.
So. I mean, I thought she deserved a nomination for what was the movie she did with Tom Cruise and Renee Zellweger took the spotlight. Jerry Maguire.
Jerry
Jerry
Maguire.
Maguire.
Are you talking
Jerry-
about this old movie? Yeah.
I loved that Jerry Maguire, but she was overshadowed.
Yeah. And it doesn't mean that, of course, Rachel Weisz or Emma Stone they're always good in whatever film they're in, especially like Rachel Weisz. I'm a very big fan of her work, her acting. She really comes into her own no matter what film, director or genre that she's in. But in fact, that almost sort of goes against her now in like awards like this. You think if she wins, it's like, oh, they're just playing safe, that sort of English actress in
Of course.
Hollywood,
That's the great thing about America. We have this cultural insecurity when it comes to the British. If you have a British accent, you get nominated and you'll win.
Yeah, but you're a
absolutely.
little bit unfair, my friend, because
That's
the
true.
British, I love the British actors.
I think there's some talented people.
Good. I mean, they're so good, really.
Um,
Overall, there are many of them. At the moment, there are so many.
There's so many of them.
Yeah, there's so many of them. I mean,
What's
Tom
going on in
Hiddleston
America?
and Tom Hardy and.
You think Tom Hardy's a good actor?
I think so.
Really?
I do think
You think
so.
he's a good
I
actor?
think it's good. I think he's good.
Jack O'Connell. of
Jack
course,
O'Connor's good.
Amazing.
I
Yes.
interviewed him.
Exactly.
Tom Hardy's a good actor? Well,
I think he's very
okay.
good.
I'm not saying he's a
Oh,
bad
whoa,
actor.
whoa, whoa.
but
Well, yeah, I'm like, he's good. I won't say wow,
Yeah.
but yeah.
He always has that look of he wants to kill somebody.
Did you watch the Taboo?
Yeah. And that's why I said before, he always seems to have that same facial expression. But okay,
think so?
he's not a bad actor. I'm
Yeah.
just, Laurence Olivier is not in heaven saying, "Oh my God, he's going to beat my record."
Well, I wasn't a great fan of Laurence Olivier. Crucify me.
We'll talk about that too. Yeah, I always thought, oh God, how do we? Okay, we got to stay on subject here. But my favorite actor was Alec Guinness. Anyway,
Oh.
Steve, what is your opinion about the Golden Globes? What do you have to say about who was the best supporting actor?
Best supporting actor. We have got. Where are we?
He's checking his phone. This will be edited, I think.
Yes, I think it will. I was.
Who won Best Supporting Actor?
Best supporting actor was Mahershala Ali, who is always
Green Book.
Yeah, from the Green Book. And did you watch the movie?
I haven't. It hasn't been released yet. There
yeah.
hasn't been a press screening or anything.
Yeah, I was in a sneak peek and I watched the movie. It's a very crowd pleaser. It's a film that you have to go and see. But personally, I also
yes, Green Book, yeah.
yeah, it's a crowd pleaser. I mean, it's for the topics. They're very
Very topical now, obviously.
yeah. The topic is a little bit common to say. It's not something new that you have never ever seen before. But the performances are excellent, and it's based on a true story.
Yeah, of course.
So
I mean, Green Books were travel books for Black people during segregation times because we could only go to certain places. I've heard stories, trust me.
Right.
Believe me. Okay, next.
But
And then you had Adam Driver in Black Klansman, who was very good.
As a nomination, you mean?
Yeah,
But
yes.
Black Klansman was a big snub.
Yeah, I'm about to say it was
Yes.
snub.
It
Typical
was
Spike Lee.
4 nominations, nothing won,
Yeah, that's
as
very
well
typical for Spike
as
Lee.
Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't
Other
expect
nomination, yeah, but it's the Golden Globes, and they go with these traditional
popularity.
pop films, exactly.
And that's it. That's the thing with like Spike Lee or films of that ilk of okay, we're nominating you, we're not overlooking you because you're a contender. You might win, but they never do actually win, no matter how good they are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
True. Very, very true. Sorry,
Exactly.
Spike.
Yeah.
Next time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And another snub was, Amy Adams was the one who was nominated in 2 categories. She was nominated for Vice,
Right,
and she
yeah.
was also nominated for Sharp Objects.
Okay.
But boo, nothing for
Nothing,
Amy
yeah.
Adams. No.
I thought Christian Bale was going to walk away
Yeah,
with something.
he did.
Yeah, he didn't get Best Actor.
Yeah,
I was
Best
about to say, he
Actor,
did walk
exactly.
away, yeah.
He did for Vice.
Vice.
Yes.
And actually, I
I-
saw a report that the way he changes the shape of his body,
Yeah, it
he
was
loses
incredible.
weight, he gains weight.
The
in
Robert De
this
Niro
film.
School of Acting, physical
Yeah,
acting.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a school
Yeah,
of
exactly.
Robert De Niro.
But I think Christian Bale might get the Oscar.
You think so? He already has one,
Mm-hmm.
a supporting role.
That's
But
true.
in the men's, the women this year, I think they're stronger. The men a little bit weaker. I don't see any contender that it's really, really strong.
Off subject here, but I did write in my notes. I think Clint Eastwood might get nominated though.
Yeah.
This year, he's
For The Mule.
For the Mule, yeah. Mm-hmm. That's gotten a lot
As
of-
an actor. Yeah. Yeah. And
Maybe
he never
even
got
director.
it, eh?
He never got it as an actor, but he
No.
might get a nomination. It might. Who knows? It could be a dark horse, but I think he could get
But
it.
it's also another one from the old school, Robert Redford, for The Old Man and
Yes.
the Gun.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
And this is his last film.
His
Oh.
last film, he said he's gonna
He's done.
close down the career. So I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe we'll see Robert Redford and Clint Eastwood. Who knows?
Oh, okay, but nothing interesting.
That would be like talk about time. Time in memoriam is like the 1960s stars might win Oscars in 2018.
Oh.
And the
Crazy.
second decade of the 21st century.
I
Wow.
know.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like Robert Redford and Warren Beatty, they make a film about once every 15 years.
Yeah.
And especially in Warren Beatty's case, it's a little bit indifferent, isn't it?
But Warren Beatty was always indifferent about his career. But let's stay on
Anyway,
subject
but
here.
yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
well, let's wrap up the Golden Globes. Does anyone want to say anything?
Well, not
For the best foreign language film,
Roma.
Roma, yeah.
talked
And then
about
you
that.
had Never Look Away, Shoplifters, Girl,
Yeah.
Caper Now.
I was Roma. I think it's the most probably that's gonna get, of course, the nomination for the foreign language film for one thing. But I also liked very much Girl from Sweden. I was from you know the story.
No, I
it's
haven't.
about this is a very interesting film, and actually in the festival circle it was very strong. But I think that Cuarón, he's making his second awards tour. I think.
Oh, really?
After Gravity,
Okay.
I think.
But God, but he's a good filmmaker, so he deserves
He's
the
a good
awards.
filmmaker, but he's very he has
knows
no
how to play the game.
consequence in his career. He said, I was watching a conversation in the Hollywood Reporter. Can we say that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
You
and
read it
and he said that exactly. We don't have a sequence. He doesn't have a specific subjects in his films. They're
Yeah.
very different. All his films are so different. And he said himself that there are films that he did and he doesn't like himself.
No.
Because I'm not
That's
sure
rare
that I
for
like
a filmmaker.
exactly. And I'm not sure that I like. He did Harry Potter. He did Great Expectations. Then it was Gravity, and now Roma. These are. And between, among other films, and I think that these are films that they are so indifferent,
Very much so.
very different really with each other. So it means that he doesn't have a specific thematic
yeah.
orientation.
He's not the classic auteur with a view of life. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And Harry
but
Potter,
even
very
if
commercial.
yeah, and even Clint Eastwood, he makes different films,
Yeah.
but it's the lonely, the lone rider. It's always from the Madison, from the bridges of Madison County, the lone rider who goes against the system. It's always one film he makes. Whereas with Cuarón, it's not the same story, I think.
That's very true. That's a very good. I didn't know
No,
that.
it's very interesting.
That's true about Cuarón. Moving right along, but that's true. Now that I think about it. Okay, wait. Okay, so we're talking about the Producers Guild.
My.
The PGA. And Sophia is very up to date on all of that. Cool. So let's talk about it very quickly.
Yeah.
So the PGA, there's always a barometer of what will win Best Picture. Mm-hmm. And so this year, we're all in a state of shock because Michael Bay has been nominated for, help me here. Michael Bay has been nominated this year for A Quiet Place. All righty.
And, well, the films are Black Panther, Black Klansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, The Favorite, Green Book, Roma, A Star is Born. Snubbed the First Reformed. Nothing for the First Reformed. Nothing for If Beale Street Could Talk, which means that we're talking about the film of I don't remember the director.
For which film?
For If Beale Street Could Talk.
We know who you are, but we're going brain dead.
And you're great. We love you.
Yeah.
And it was a basic contender, but actually didn't.
Why not?
That's what we're trying to find out. I think that it's gonna be only the categories of performances if Beale Street Could Talk. That's what I think.
But not by Best Director or Best
No.
Film.
Barry Jenkins. Sorry, we love you, Barry. We know who you are, but believe me, we're all exhausted here.
Yes. And he's also an amazing guy.
Yeah, he's an amazing guy, and I love his technique. I love his film technique. Okay, enough of that. So Beale Street was snubbed, but what do you think will win Best Picture from the PGA this year?
This is very difficult. And actually, who wins the Producers Guild? Who goes, ahead in the Producers Guild Awards? I think this is going to be the one that's going to be the front runner at the Academy Awards.
Of course.
At the vote. So, because this is the decisive group of professionals that they live in Hollywood, and they decide what's going to which awards are going to which studio and to which producer company.
The producers, remember
it's very difficult to say. It's very difficult to say yet. I don't know.
I just wanted to sort of, it's come to mind that, the idea, this is nothing new and it's been like this since the Academy Awards have started, but, there's, it's interesting the great films or the great performances by great actors over the years who were snubbed, like Robert De Niro for many years and Martin Scorsese as director. It's almost as if you wonder if the philosophy behind the Academy is sort of, these great directors and great actors, cult actors or big stars, respected stars, critic stars, the audience, they have their own niche audience, which is quite large. That'll take care of itself. So it's almost like the Academy, because it's all, of course, big commerce. They want to sort of focus on bringing sort of other ones to the fore, and so that's why I think sometimes you might get surprise winners because they want to sort of elevate.
I disagree. Robert De Niro got The Godfather, and then he got nominated. He won for Raging Bull. So, and then he was nominated for something else in between, I think. Scorsese, I've always had a weird opinion of Scorsese in films. I'm sorry. I know he's brilliant. He's a professor at NYU. But I always found his outlook on life to be a bit one-dimensional. I'm sorry. I was like, there's only so many dysfunctional characters I can have in a movie. How many dysfunctional movies can you make? Can you make one that's functional, where there's at least one functional character? Is everybody self-destructive in your movies? You can see where this is going.
But the great...
He did The Age of Innocence, didn't he?
Which one?
The Age of Innocence.
Oh my God.
Yeah. When
but
he was
it's also in the pattern of the films that he's making.
Yeah.
But that's what we have to say. In art, all the great artists, they're making maybe one movie, or they're making one...
She's a Kubrick fan. Yeah. But no, The Age of Innocence, he was trying to outdo... what were the two guys? the guys who do all these prestige.
Merchant Ivory.
Yeah, he was trying to outdo Merchant and Ivory.
But he did it so well. Come on.
I
No
thought the Age of
imitation.
Innocence got boring at times. I was like, who cares at this point? You know, he didn't see her when she was in Paris and move on. I just got bored with the Age of
I
Innocence.
disagree, but I love you to death.
No, I mean,
I was like, whatever,
Yeah.
Martin. Okay.
for my sins, I actually really loved it. You know, even after seeing Dangerous Liaisons and playing close,
Right.
and I suppose it was in that sort of
Yeah, exactly.
similar vein. But I still loved it. You know, Michelle Pfeiffer at her
But remember,
best.
Scorsese movies didn't make money until he found Leonardo DiCaprio.
Right.
But we'll move forward.
Yeah.
Oh, but we're off subject again. Let's stay on subject. Stay on subject.
Which why I think he won for The Departed.
Yeah.
And it was because it was like.
Wait.
What-
We hold on. I'm sorry, guys. This is going to be another podcast. Let's stay on award season.
And the awards, I think we're looking forward to the Oscar nominations now. We have the Actors Guild Awards in the end of the month.
Right?
And let's see.
Anything else, Steve? What would you like to
I mean, we've got the awards. We've got the speaking from the Little Island point of view. We've got the BAFTAs.
Oh, that's true. BAFTAs are
coming up as well.
Age, right?
You know. And I think over the years they've got sort of slightly more safe as well and conservative.
I agree.
You know, it's the for about the last 20 years now, after a terrible time in the 80s and much of the 90s, the box office figures of British film really recovered. But of course, it's got that niche now of the heritage film, a sort of a nice, safe window on a Britain that has existed for a long time.
Or never really existed.
Or never
Right,
really
yeah,
existed. Exactly. It never really existed.
This fantasy world of British aristocracy loving everybody. Okay,
Absolutely.
fine.
And taking care of the poor.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, exactly.
But people seem to love it,
Yeah, we're eating that up.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by everything. America, we have this cultural insecurity. Everybody in America thinks if it's a British accent, we have to give it 20 Oscars. And you're like, huh? No, give me a break. But okay,
Oh, come
sticking to
on.
award season, what else?
We love
What
the
else?
Brits.
We love you too, Brits. Yeah, you guys do have some good actors. Okay, anything else?
We
guys
love
would
you
like
for
to
loving
add?
us.
And Lady Gaga, be careful what you're going to wear in the Oscars if you're nominated.
I'll be watching. So, closing out, like I said, what do you think is Best Picture? Again, I'm going to ask. I'm going to put us on the spot here. Best Picture?
I think, I don't know.
Best Picture, Steve?
I said Black Klansman.
For Best Picture, you think that'll win for Best Picture?
What will win?
Yeah.
Green Book.
Green Book? Okay.
Green Book.
I think
Yeah.
that it somehow has everything.
Really?
Yeah, it has a black subject. It has very good performances. It's a crowd pleaser. But of course, we shouldn't forget that it's the Farrelly. The director is Farrelly. So who is not that very
Right.
beloved, and he also did so much crap in the past. Sorry, my
Yeah.
French. But somehow this film, I don't know. And for the BAFTAs, I think definitely The Favorite.
I think The Favorite
Yes.
is
It's a
going to
British
win.
film.
Yeah.
I think The Favorite will win Best Picture.
In the Oscars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And PG and for the Producers Guild
I
and
hope.
PG. I think
I
The
didn't want to
Favorite.
say it, but
I think
hope.
it could be The Favorite.
And
Let's see.
I think Bohemian Rhapsody, even though it's already done well,
No, it won't.
it
win.
won't win.
Best Picture? Are you kidding? Unless they're blind. I mean, maybe LA gets, River Nile disease and everyone just can't see cinema anymore. You think Bohemian Rhapsody will win Best Picture?
No, I mean, I think it's a dark horse.
Really?
Yeah, possibly. I mean,
Wow.
Okay.
Okay, so he's online for Bohemian Rhapsody. I mean, and we're not drinking.
No.
So
Apple
there's no
juice.
champagne. Yeah, we have apple juice here. Yeah, Bohemian. But, the studio's pushing it. But I think The Favorite. For some reason, I think The Favorite is going to...
You think it has this element that
Yeah.
it's gonna make
Yeah.
it? Yeah, but let's hope that for this time they also put Lanthimos in the category of the director, because he has the tradition of being nominated always in the screenplay.
Oh, really?
Right.
Yeah, For The Lobster, for example, he was nominated for the screenplay,
not director, but
but not director. And continuously in the European Film Awards, he has been nominated also for The Lobster and The Deer and everything, always for
Screenplay, but
the
not
screenplay,
directing.
but not directing. So,
Right,
so maybe-
let's hope that he's gonna get into the 5, although as the way it seems, 5 positions. And to get him in, let's hope so. Let's hope so.
Well,
I
hey,
don't
Michael
know.
Bay is getting a PGA nomination, so let's hope for everybody. Let's be real here.
That's incredible.
Anything else you guys want to add?
No, I think.
No, I'm hoping. You know, I'm hoping there'll be some nice surprises. I mean, I think the favourites
Is a front runner.
is a front runner, and I think it will deserve to, you know, win if it does, and nobody could argue with that. But then I suppose that even for a really great film like that, there's always this counter argument, like, oh yeah, well they had to play it a little bit safe, you know. I mean, when was the last time there was a real surprise winner, which people thought, wow.
I don't think there's ever a surprise winner.
No.
A surprise winner lastly it was, for example, Moonlight. It was a surprise.
Well, that was a
We have to
surprise. Mark
say.
Beatty was wandering around on stage like
Yeah.
a lost grandfather, and he read all.
Yeah, that year was very interesting
That's
because
true.
of that mistake
Right.
in the end.
But isn't it
Of
sad
the
when you
ceremony.
remember the Academy Awards for a mistake and not for the best picture? But yeah, I think Moonlight, yeah, that was a surprise.
It
But that
was.
it deserved it. I love that movie.
I loved it too, and it was a very pleasant surprise.
And it's probably the best thing Warren Beatty had done in about 40 years.
Yeah, that was the best of fun. Ooh, we're not going to be interviewing him. Bitch. I hope iTunes takes this.
His best performance since Ishtar.
Sorry, Warren.
Okay. Stay tuned for our next podcast. We're going to go over, I'm sure there's going to be more awards chatter. So stay tuned. Ciao. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.